Upanishad. Upanishad means sit close. Thank you everyone for coming together so that we can have some time together. In Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta, we find that the devotees are part of a great sangha. And Caitanya Mahāprabhu, in teaching Sanatana Goswami, says that the means by which one advances in Krishna consciousness is by association with devotees. So we're very happy to have an opportunity. No one knows how many opportunities one will get to come together and remember Krishna and discuss the topic of Krishna. So whenever we do, it's a potentially very rare opportunity we cannot take for granted. And I thought to ask if anybody has any questions they'd like to ask, although that might be a little challenging. If you do have something, it'd be a good time that we could discuss. When Caitanya Mahāprabhu went to Benares, there were Mayavadis there that had criticized him because they thought he was a sentimentalist. And the devotees who had to live there, like Tapana Mishra and Sanudiyana Brahman and Chandrasekhar, they felt oppressed because they were living in a city where Caitanya Mahāprabhu, their life and soul, was being criticized. And there was a Brahmana there who had interfaced with Prakashananda Saraswati's group and was a devotee of Lord Chaitanya. And he wanted to see some resolution and not leave the friction there. So he had negotiated with Prakashananda Saraswati, and he came to invite Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu to a sangha. And when the Sanudiyana Brahmin came to invite Caitanya Mahāprabhu to meet with the Mayavadis, Mahaprabhu had a slight smile on his face, and he accepted. When he went there to meet the Mayavadi sannyasis, Caitanya Mahāprabhu was in the garb of a Mayavadi sannyasi. He had ekadanda, not a tridandi, like Gaudiya Vaishnavas carry, for reasons we don't need to go into right now. But as he approached, he entered the hall where there were many, many Mayavadi sannyasis headed by Prakashananda Saraswati assembled. And there Mahaprabhu came in, and as was the custom when entering, because sannyasis walk barefoot everywhere, he washed his feet in the proper place. Then he sat down near that place, which was considered a very lowly place out of all the opportunities to sit. He had sat in the place that was considered unthinkable to sit in. The Mayavadi sannyasis' idea is that once you take sannyas, then you become Narayan. So oftentimes they'll sit in very exalted seats to prove their godhood. So they feel we're all one, but when one takes sannyas and renounces the world, then one resumes one's godhood. It's an errant philosophy, but that was their idea. And when Prakashananda Saraswati saw Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu sit down in that lowly place, he also saw an effulgence come from beautiful golden body of the Lord. We know from Vishnu Sahasranam Stotram Suvarna Varda Hemango Varanga Shanchanangadi Sanyasya Kṛṣṇa Shanto Nishta Shanti Purainaha. There's a verse in the Vishnu Sahasranam which describes Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu as being golden color. But now he showed his effulgence. It is, for the Mayavadis, it's their goal. Itam Sukham Brahma Sukhana Bhutya Dasyam Gatanam Paradaivatena Mayashitanam Naradarakena Sukham Vrjarukrita Punya Punjaha. Śrī Goswami describes how different kinds of devotees aspire for different aspects of Krishna. The Mayavadis are interested in the Brahman effulgence. And Prakashananda Saraswati, then feeling compelled by the humility of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu to sit down in a lowly place, called him to move up and sit with the rest of them. And he put out his hand, did Prakashananda Saraswati, to assist Caitanya Mahāprabhu to stand up from that place. And Srila Prabhupada describes in that section of the Caitanya-caritāmṛta that when he did this, and it was by the design of Caitanya Mahāprabhu, humility works always. And not that it's a device necessarily, but it does work, because most people are very aware of what their position is, and they're trying to assert themselves to make sure that nobody else, that people don't forget what their position is. Caitanya Mahāprabhu took his own advice seriously. Trinadapi suni chaina, tarodapi suishna. Be ready to give respect to everybody else, but don't expect any in return. So Prakashananda Saraswati put out his hand and assisted the Lord, and Prabhupada says that Prakashananda then got agyata sukriti. Unknowingly he was doing service to Caitanya Mahāprabhu. And that was the beginning of his conversion from Mayavad to becoming a devotee of Caitanya Mahāprabhu. His heart changed. But the full conversion took place after a discussion took place. The Mayavadi sannyasis said, why don't you stay home and study Vedanta philosophy? Because that's what the Shankarites do. It's a very dry process of using the intellect to try to understand God. Or try to rule out everything that isn't God, so that you come to a point of merging into the impersonal feature of the Lord. And Caitanya Mahaprabhu said, we dance because we're blissful, but if you want me to say something about Vedanta, I can say something about Vedanta. And everyone's attention was aroused because they thought, he can? Never assume. We don't know who people are. In Dhruva Maharaj's pastime, Dhruva's stepmother had disallowed him from sitting on his father's lap. Little did she know he would become a pure devotee, and later on the offense fructified, because even though he hadn't established himself as a pure devotee yet, if you offend somebody and they become a pure devotee, then you get the full effect of offending a pure devotee. So one should always be careful. Mayavadis had assumed that Caitanya Mahaprabhu was a mere sentimentalist. Then he described the meaning of Vedanta in terms of Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojan. 3 stages. One is developing, it's meant to develop a relationship with Krishna, personal relationship. There are 5 kinds of relationships that one has, the categories of relationship. There are nuances within that, but there's Shanta, which is neutrality. Then there's Dasya, which is when one has gratitude for the Lord and wants to do some service. Then there's Sakya, which means that there's a more intimate relationship in the service, and one is friendly with the Lord. And then there's Vatsalya, which is this parental inspiration to nurture the Lord as a parent. Children are always asking for everything. Most people, Prabhupada said, they want to seek God as a father, like give me this, give me that, give me this. He said, but the devotees, they want to serve Krishna, so they become imbued with the parental mood so they can do everything for him, like parents do everything for their child, 24/7, right? Yeah, 24/7. And then there's Madhurya Ras, which is this inclusive of all the rasas are there within Madhurya. And then he talked about Abhideya, how there's a process by which one achieves the ultimate goal, otherwise known as prayojan, and that is Krishna prema. This was, in general, the advice of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu, in which he talks about how Araju Bhagavan Vrajesha Tanayastha Dhamma Vrindavana Ramya Kachirupasana Rajavidu Vargena Balkalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam Prema Pumartam Mahan. He said that the Chaitanya Manjusha said these were the opinions of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu, that Krishna and his Dham are non-different. The best method of worshipping Krishna was that as enacted by the gopis of Vrindavan. Srimad Bhagavatam is the ultimate authority on everything. It's the perfect Purana. And the ultimate goal of life is Krishna Prema. So as he explained these aspects of Vedanta Sutra, what the Vedanta Sutra actually meant, the Mayavadis take Tattvamasi as the main utterance of the Vedas, what I am that, or I'm one with the Supreme. But actually, he said it's Omkar, which is the preface for all Vedic mantras. And in his explanations, the Mayavadis were astounded, and they, for the first time, they could understand the meanings of the Vedanta Sutra. And all of them gravitated towards Lord Chaitanya. These are not stories that are made to aggrandize the Gaudiya mission and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They're actually historical events that took place, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu converted Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he converted Prakashananda Saraswati, he initiated Muslims as he was leaving Vrindavan. The soldiers came trying to arrest everybody, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ended up initiating most of them. These are the potency of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu. And so, we're part of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. We're very fortunate to be his representatives. We should cultivate knowledge of who Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu is by hearing again and again the Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta. Kavirāja Goswami says, if you hear it and you don't understand it, then hear it again and again and again till you understand. And the effect is that we enter into that Līlā ourselves. And when we understand Kṛṣṇa by his grace, by hearing about him, we become blissful. And we also become effectual in presenting Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu to others. Why is he so important? Because it's very difficult to approach Kṛṣṇa. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Kṛṣṇa, but he comes as a devotee. And he makes himself available so that if anybody worships him, Tirtaspadam Shiva Vrinchinutam Sharanyam Brityartiham Pranadapab Pavabdipotam. He's the sum total of all the holy places, his lotus feet. And if one serves Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and how does one do that? Join the Sankirtan movement, which is like an ocean. Then one comes out on the shore of the pastimes of Sri Sri Radha and Kṛṣṇa. Since nobody asked the question, I just figured I'd ramble on for a while. Is everyone okay? Your lives are perfect? Everything's going the way you planned it? Do you have any conundrum you want to bring up, or say anything about your realization, about how you're making advancement? Yes?
So I have a question. How important are relationships
in devotional life? Because sometimes
we get carried away by the mission so much that relationships take backseat. However, the heart doesn't get fulfilled without having deeper relationships with devotees. Could you please pretty much give us...
So you want to know on a scale of 1 to 10?
Yes.
Well, one way you can judge is by looking at the Upadeshamrita. We got verse number 1 is Vacha Vega Manasakruta Vegam, and then you have Atyahara Prayashascha, and then you have Utsaha Nischaya Dharya, then you have Dadati Pratigranati. Before you get to many of the other points about the holy name, about the transcendental position of Vaishnavas, about the hierarchy of Vaishnavas, before you get to the point of the essence of all advice of that you should constantly hear chant and remember Krishna, and then you'll come to the perfect stage. Before you come to the 3 ending verses, which are about perfect, more perfect, and most perfect places in the echelon of holy places in Gaudiya Vaishnavism, you come to Dadati Pratigranati, which is about relationships with devotees. So he says, Dadati Pratigranati Kuyamaketi Prishiti Bhukte Bojayate Chaiva Shadvidam Pratilakshanam. Here's the 6 things, 6 loving exchanges between one devotee and another. So he emphasizes how important it is to have that loving exchange. We should take prasad together. In Mayapur, circa 1975, 76, 77, when Prabhupada was still here, everyone took prasad together when we go to Mayapur. There was one prasadam hall, and all the leaders, all the foot soldiers, everybody would take honor prasadam together. And he also asked us all to come to everybody from all over the world to come to meet him in Mayapur, take prasad together, have kirtan together, and he wanted us to sit and discuss amongst ourselves unity and diversity, he said, discuss how that works. That's the advice Rupa Goswami says is take prasad together, discuss together, and have loving exchanges, give gifts. Why would he put that in such an esoteric book about the philosophy of Krishna consciousness? It's because it's so important. And in most cases I see, and in my life, it's what really holds us in Krishna consciousness is our association with friends and God siblings and all relations, whatever sibling we have, whatever relation they are, having that encouraging association and loving exchanges, or sometimes not so loving, and then working it out. And also, Guyamakiti Prichiti means opportunities to discuss with others about our realizations. Because as somebody brought up here the last night, or someplace we were, that if you don't process things by talking about them with others, then they can you can be overwhelmed by them and start to go another direction. So it's really important. 10. Yeah, 10. Because if you can have loving relationships with devotees, then you'll be held in the process of Krishna consciousness. And we need that. We need love. It's the thing that everybody wants. That's why we say, prema pumartam, the goal is love. And that loving sentiment is awakened amongst like-minded devotees who are serving Krishna, serving Guru, engaged in devotional practices. And it doesn't always work out with certain people. It's not a guarantee, and you can't force it. We are who we are, we like who we like. And we have to figure out who that is. And it is important in any relationship to work on it. We have to work on relationships. If it's not going so well, try to make it work if possible. And if it is, try to get as much association as possible. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you for for asking such an important question.
Can we allow one or two glorification, like just a discussion, how they feel, something, if it's allowed? We can take
That's part of Dadati Pratigunati, Guyamakati Prishit.
Thank you, Prabhu, for giving the opportunity to glorify Guru Maharaj and Guru Ma. So, I'm just extremely grateful. I fall short of words when glorifying Guru Maharaj and Guru Ma. And as such, English is not my native language. So
Hindi bol sakte hai.
So I'm far behind. So I'm far behind. But yet I'll make an attempt. As it is, material world is a very difficult place to be in. And for the last 2 years, that's what we experienced. But what carried us was not strength of our holy name or any strength that we had. What carried us through the difficult time was only both of yours affection and love that we've received, the relationship that we've shared with both of you. That's what carried us. And many times, just being a psychiatrist, I tried to figure out why for everything. So I was trying to figure out why would I follow my spiritual teacher more than I would follow my biological parents. So this was a conundrum that I had for many years. And as such, I was never a very obedient child. So, and I think many parents know, and I'm a teenager's mom, so I know kids barely listen. Rather, they would just go out and do something very opposite to what their parents will tell. And I think in the material world, parents are the well-wishers of the kids. But yet, then I found my answer that why my counter will melted so much with both of you. It was not because I was the ideal disciple or anything, but it was your love and your affection, your selflessness that just melted away the counter will that we both carried. And so thank you for both of you for so much of the love that you've showered on us.
ज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते वैशेषिका दासाधिकारीति नामिने नमः प्रहर्षशीलाय प्रभुपादनुसारिणे अनिन्दितहृदये तस्मै शास्त्रभाजनचोदिने। I'm very grateful to be in front of you again, Guru Maharaj. Like you were just saying, we don't know how many opportunities we may have to meet and to hear Krishna Katha and discuss amongst like-minded devotees. So I think it is only by your mercy and blessings that I'm here again amidst God brothers and dear devotees and in front of you both. Actually, I don't know how much you love me. I can't measure it. And I have actually no love for you. I'm simply struggling to understand what is my duty towards you. I have not seen Krishna in pictures and in deities, I think, but all the beautiful qualities that Krishna is described to have, I see a beautiful glimpse of all of those in you, in your personality. So I'm blessed beyond measure to have your association. And I think each of us also feels the same way. So many devotees in their glorifications of Srila Prabhupada speak about what a wonderful personality he was, how strong he was, how beautifully humorous he was, and in many ways all of his expressions were love for the disciples. So we have the same opportunity to witness such love by associating with you. But I also pray to carry that appreciation that I have when I'm in front of you, when I'm not in front of you. It's easy for me to fall victim to Maya. It takes a millisecond. But I pray for the strength to somehow hang on with the memories of your laughter, of your beautiful wit when you answer tough questions in ways that do not hurt the person, and in ways that empower them to reflect and to carry their consciousness to a higher level beyond the platform they may be at. It always inspires me how beautifully you speak on the go, and how much you're giving yourself to the whole world, to your disciples, to devotees in general, to people on the street, to everyone. And Guru Ma, you're always there supporting Guru Maharaj at every moment, 24/7. Thank you so much for everything you do for us, Guru Maharaj and Guru Ma. I can never repay the debt we have towards you, but I pray to always be a speck of dust at your lotus feet, to be a servant, and to cultivate whatever characteristics, whatever abilities that you may bless me with, to serve you properly and to serve Srila Prabhupada, his movement, going forwards. Thank you so much, Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much, Guru Maharaj.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna. I did not think what I'm going to say, but it's just going to come. We are so happy to have you in Pune. We were waiting for a really, really long time. Being in Pune, we have so many other Maharaj coming in, and we were always wondering when our Guru Maharaj is going to come to Pune, to our temple, so everyone keep asking us, and I said we have to do more, and only then Maharaj is going to come. So you just be there. But yes, what I really like in this trip, that when you came in, how we all got siblings came together. Like we started communicating more, like how we're going to do everything. So this really I really liked that how we are developing our relationship with each other, which we can do more as time comes. So I really like that, and of course there are a lot of challenges, a lot of things going on, and as you talked about relationships, and as we preach, so many challenges come in, and so many conflicts comes in, and as you were talking in the morning, that how we have to talk about it, and that's how we grow, and expressing them, and so these. When we listen to you again and again, how we those realizations keep coming in, and seeing you personally or online is different when you are there. We really feel your presence. So we really want your association as much as possible, and especially when I see the kids, they are so excited. Both of them were awake at 4 o'clock. I did not have to do anything in the morning. And they said, can we sleep in the day? I said, yes, you can. So it was not at all a challenge in the morning for them to take baths, for them to get ready. They were so excited that we are going to go and meet. So yes, we really cherish your presence. Please always keep us in your association. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I think I speak on behalf of everyone when I say it's surreal to have both of you here in Pune. I'm so honored that we're in the same vicinity also, and that I can serve prasadam or whatever. This is just such an honor. And I think one thing that stands out for me, when I had to tell my friends about this program, there was this one phrase I kept mentioning, and it was like, it doesn't matter if you're 5 years old, it doesn't matter if you're 50, it doesn't matter if you're in ISKCON, it doesn't matter if you're in a different religion, there will be something for everyone here. And it's just, I remember saying that it doesn't matter if you don't know anything. I think you will have a great time here, you'll find something. just shows, how compassionate and understanding you both are. And I know it's not even been one day in Pune, but I'm already thinking about the next time you guys are here, and I'm hoping about it. So yeah.
Planning a menu.
I am. I'm already having new ideas. So Hare Krishna, thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj, Guru I should say I'm very grateful every moment, every shot that I took. I took shelter, and I always felt that there is a special mercy on my Prabhu and my family, and there was a tough time for us also, and Guru Ma and Guru Maharaj, you supported us.
ठीक है हाँ
She can do more. Yeah, she can do it.
I wanted to say every time that Guru Maharaj, I felt you while chanting. There was a I wanted to say thank you to you both. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. When anybody talks afterwards, you should always give a Haribol, Haribol.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Maharaj, it's a mercy that's flowing in, and I've been feeling it every year on year. And this part of the year, it feels like wherever you are, just be there. So, when you ask, especially how's it going, it feels like, okay, I'm getting spiritually recharged so that the rest part of the year can be managed and can be done. I have no words to explain, but it's one thing which I constantly feel is Krishna's hand and mercy that flows in. I am able to realize it on each and every day, as in what is happening, whatever is going across. You coming here itself is a big mercy. And I know I've been personally telling you many times, please come, whenever I reach there also. And I felt like, I should not be saying too much. But it just felt like when you are there, just express myself that we really want to meet and spend more time with you. So that's what, and especially what happens when I realized it when I was there in ISV last year. When you say that preach more, it actually hits my heart. When you say go distribute books and preach more, it actually feels like, I should just go ahead and preach and do my sessions, take as many sessions as possible. And so I try and do instructions. The preaching more, it kind of hit my heart in such a way that I just want to do it. When you say it, and it kinds of, I just want to do it right now, right there, and then start from every Sunday and those things. So that's where I am. I actually feel so amazing when you are here and spending time, and we eagerly were waiting for both of you to come here and spend some time with you. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Haribol! Haribol!
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj, I don't talk much. I always am listening. But I'm a talker otherwise. I talk a lot otherwise, but I do listen here and just grab everything. So my first experience, first exposure with you was in 2015 when I saw a video of yours where you were teaching book distribution. And at that time, I was not at all, I would not say not at all, I was very partly, small amount, leaning towards Krishna consciousness, because prior to that, I was almost an atheist. I was like, I won't do this. This is not my tea or nothing. Life is going, whatever will happen will happen. Let's see what happens and we'll face it. So that was me. And then I saw that video of yours, and my first statement was, please excuse my language, I thought, bande mein dam hai. I mean, this was my meaning that you have something in you. When I saw that video, YouTube video of yours, and I was like, wow. And that kept on reeling in my mind all the time. And when we moved to West Virginia, we walked to Loka Prabhu's place, and I saw your effulgent presence over there, and it was like as if my dream came true. And that was the turning point of my life, where I was like, oh, so I thought of him and he's there. After 3 years, of course, but you were there. So that was very revealing to me in terms of that, yes, this is my tea now. And we met 2 years ago in Vrindavan, and after that we did not get a chance to see you last year and this year as well because of several reasons beyond our control. But I was always thinking about you, that when will we meet him and Guru Ma, and when will we are going to meet them. We made so many plans and they all got cancelled. And there you go, you're here and in front of us. And the presence is amazing, and it is so fulfilling that it's beyond words. As she mentioned, that your presence in our life is consuming, and for the good part, and we enjoy it. Thank you.
Haribol.
Venu Gita? You want to?
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. It's very difficult for me to express.
Cooking के पार्ट में रोने वाला हो गया।
I am here. If I am here today in this world, it's only because of you. There were times when I felt there is nothing in this world for me. There were times when I felt I can just give up this life. But you have been that lighthouse in my life, shining and showing me the path, which is why I am continuing. Please bless me that I will be able to just serve with my mind, my words, my body, and be in your service, life and life. Be it the servant and servant of servant, and always be in the service of you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Haribol.
Haribol. Haribol.
Try this. We got it from the Chaitanya-caritāmṛta. Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
See, that works.
नाम आता सिंधी में हम ट्रांसलेट कर देंगे। तव्हां चए तो मां हिंदी में ट्रांसलेट रिलैक्स ॿ शब्द
क्या जो बोलना है बोलिए, ट्रांसलेट सब हिंदी में।
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj, Guru Ma. It's a dream come today for me, but I don't know how to express. Please forgive if I am wrong anyway. I always see ISV people giving glorification during Guru Maharaj Vyas Puja. I wish to be there, but I know I couldn't be there. But this day is like that for me. Thank you for being here, and I'm so happy to be here in front of talking to you, in front of you, and with God's siblings. I want to speak, but thank you, Guru Maharaj. Every activity you do, I really feel so enthused. Your scriptures say that the Guru is transparent via media. We see Prabhupada in videos and we hear about him in lectures. So he is the Acharya for all of us. And seeing you and hearing from you, I feel that you are transparent via media of Srila Prabhupada. And many things, but I couldn't remember now, but every time I feel the same whenever I hear from you. And even small, minor things. Once I saw Guru Maharaj before you start giving lecture, you were just sitting below on the pillow. Before directly sitting, you were just bowing and keeping it to the heart. So I think, yes, everything you see in connection to Krishna, it's not just some pillow or some non-living entity, it's connected to Krishna, because you see that at Vyasasana. I really appreciate like this many things, but I could only recollect now few things, and I am short of words now, but still. And Guru Ma, I always feel so happy the way you take care of devotees and your lovely hugs, and how you follow Guru Maharaj. And recently we saw the video of you and Guru Maharaj in Vrindavan Yatra, and you are holding umbrella to Guru Maharaj. There are many disciples to do the service, but still you are doing that. And I shared with our friends that they are the ideal couple. So we hear so much, so many devotees have many problems in their grihastha life about how the husband should be and the duties of the wife. But I tell the same one thing: no need to hear anything. Just look at them. That is sufficient. Ideal husband and wife. And, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Hare.
Just one more thing. Last year, Radhakrupa Prabhu met us in Govardhan, and he told to come to ISV for Guru Maharaj Vyas Puja. I remember that, but I know it's not possible for us right now. But in Govardhan, whatever we speak, it comes true. I feel this is the ISV now.
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj Ji. Like Mataji was saying how Guru Ma was holding umbrella on the head of Guru Maharaj. From the first time when I have seen Guru Maharaj, like Guru Maharaj walk little fast, then Guru Ma. But whenever Guru Maharaj get ahead of Guru Ma, then always Guru Maharaj stop and look back for Guru Ma. And I have seen Guru Maharaj takes so much care of Guru Ma. In Govardhan, every day Guru Maharaj go to drop off Guru Ma to her room. By seeing that behavior, I came to know that, okay, what is love?
I came to know from that behavior of Guru Maharaj. And also Guru Maharaj is 24 hours Guru Maharaj is taking care of Guru Maharaj, and also training the disciples how to serve Guru Maharaj. And when I came to Krishna consciousness and before watching your videos, for me, like I hardly saw anyone happy in Krishna consciousness, like smile on their face, like they were very serious, like obviously they were engaged in Krishna consciousness, they were thinking about Krishna consciousness. But when I saw Guru Maharaj, then I came to know, okay, what is happiness? Yes, what is happiness? And one thing I saw, whoever sees Guru Maharaj, they also become happy. Just like when we were reading in Govardhan, like how when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was visiting South India, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was doing the chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and whoever sees Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or hears Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they also start chanting and they also become devotees. So Guru Maharaj is happy, and whoever see Guru Maharaj, they also become happy. Thank you so much, Guru Maharaj. One thing I always think about that, I haven't seen Krishna, or I don't know much about Krishna or Srila Prabhupada also. But when I see you and when I hear from you, I know, yes, this is the spiritual life what I am looking for. Thank you so much, Guru Maharaj.
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, adding on to what Chakradola Prabhu was saying, Unnati and I were just discussing today how people sort of gravitate towards your aura, Prabhuji, Mataji, your spiritual devotion, like we saw in the walk today. Just like you said a small namaste when he saw us, and then we moved directly to him and then gave him a book right there. And I feel like people are so drawn towards your spiritual energy, and it's just amazing to see. Unnati and I were both discussing the same thing today, and seeing how much you care about Guru Maha also, and how you're just amazing in every way. I feel like you're setting such a good role model that even if we can fractionally emulate some of your qualities, I would consider that a huge success. So just thank you for everything you've done, Guru Maharaj, Guru Ma. And yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming to Pune. Hare Krishna.
Hare Hare.
I remember Guru Maharaj at ISV, maybe around 2015 or 14, I was thinking, of course I did not have much experience in India, coming to the yatras at that point, or hardly any experience. I was thinking, if you somehow walk across India, like in South India we hear Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, I would think people in large numbers would be attracted to you. And I used to always think when that will happen, I mean for the benefit of the world. But little did I know it has always been happening since you have been traveling, and now with both of your blessings I'm witnessing this live, if I'm fortunate. You attract all souls everywhere, you give them mercy, and you operate just on the platform of love, pure love. Any exchanges I've seen with everyone you do is on the platform of love. For example, even if we serve prasadam, and if someone is about to serve but you are full or you have honored that item, you still ask for little to accept their service. You do not reject or decline. And like Prabhu was mentioning this morning also, you were meeting these people on Sankirtan and you were telling them, this is your dainya, your humility. You were mentioning to them that it's Krishna's arrangement that I came here to Pune from America so I could meet you. It's the other way around actually. And some of them express also that it's their good fortune to meet you. But you take such a natural, humble position, you make them feel very special, and you say that otherwise I would have missed meeting a wonderful gentleman like you, and you say it from the heart. That's natural humility. And on the point of love, like even in Govardhan during Damodarashtakam, after a few days, because you all have the lyrics already in your mind, so the lyrics were not needed. But because you noticed that there was a paper and a printout, so you said, okay, yes, I need that. But I knew you didn't need it, but just to engage us and in the service, you both of you accept and engage us. That's your greatness. As I am, he told me, because he's connected to Srila Prabhupada. And over the years, he has made that statement. And then at some times in private, we both agreed, and I said, no, I'm more fortunate in that sense to be connected to you, and because serving Srila Prabhupada definitely is an honor. But as you are explaining, servant of the servant, and he says, yes, you're very fortunate. He says something like, one lucky son of a gun. I really don't know what it means, and I didn't look up. But,
What did he say?
You're a lucky son of a gun.
He says that for himself also, but he always points out about me. So thank you for coming here, and we are very obliging in many ways just to give us mercy, to engage us and teach us what love is devotionally. Thank you so much. As His Grace Sarvabhauma Prabhu, your godbrother, some years ago in Mayapur, he told me, you're just as fortunate. Hare Krishna.
Hare Hare.
Thank you very much, Nirakula Mother, for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for pouring all your love to everyone here. We would not have been so nourished and well cared and so much of healthy what we are if your love was not there. So both of you have set big examples on devotee care, disciple care, and I'm so fortunate that we can host both of you, and looking forward living together, serving together, getting victory. Thank you very much. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Hare.
You wanted to show something? Read something. With this, Prabhu, we can move to the, we can close this session and then take some rest, and then maybe we can start one-on-ones. Your disciples wanted to have one-on-one with you.
Okay.
So we have a schedule for that, what we are planning. If you want to do it now, it's okay. Otherwise, we can do it little later also. We'll discuss that offline.
He talks to Nicola.
Yes. Let's welcome Prabhu. Yes.
Can I just say one thing? When Prabhu was answering Sringarasa's first question and love came up, that's the only thing that brought us here, is our love for all of you. And so you all support Prabhu in his service to Srila Prabhupada. I look at you and I know I don't know all the service you're doing, but I know that you're all doing service. You've all supported Prabhu in his service to Srila Prabhupada, and we feel indebted to you for that. But that's what brought us here, is the love we have for you and the love you have for us. We couldn't stay away any longer. It was this powerful magnet pulling us here, and we're so happy to be here with all of you. And thank you for taking the time. Thank you for calling in sick. Thank you for skipping your classes. It's bona fide, right? Right. So thank you for, you've been planning this for I don't know how long, months or weeks, whatever, and we're so grateful to all of you. We're so happy to be here with all of you. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Hare. Continue what Nirkula just said, that only that which is genuine is sustainable, and we have to be ourselves. Of course, we have to know who our real selves are. But it's rare in this world. Everyone's guarded because, as Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Vitaraga Bhaya Krodha, we have these psychological anomalies. First one's irrational attachment to temporary things, because we're eternal. It doesn't even make sense to be attached to something that's not going to be here as we keep going. And the second one is fear of relationship. The fear of relationship with God as a person, and that means then we forget all our personal relationships also. That's how Prabhupada describes it, because we've had disappointing relationships. The love has been broken, or it hasn't been enough, or it's severed at a certain point, and the heartbreak is there. And the third one is anger or frustration because of not having clarity. So we're fortunate because, as many of you mentioned, that we have loving relationships, and they're genuine because they're in relationship with Krishna. And I know that there's always in this world a hesitancy to give oneself in service and to actually open one's heart, because there's always a sense that maybe it will be unrequited or I'll be disappointed again. And so the true spiritual environment is what many of you are describing as a way in which the heart begins to open, because we feel Krishna is really there for us. In one section of the Caritamrita, there's an account of how Gopal goes back to the spiritual world. And it's a circuitous route that he takes. He went to every part of the universe and beyond before he found his way back to Goloka. And there in Goloka, he has to find his way to Nanda Maharaj's house because he wants to see Krishna. And when he gets there, he finds out that Krishna is still away with his friends and cows in the forest herding. But then there's a stirring in the village. People have been silent up to then until they notice a cloud coming over the town, and it's the dust from the hooves of the cows. And so in that darkness, the great joy arises. And then Gopal goes towards the forest, and in the clearing after the forest, he sees Krishna come out. And then Krishna sees him. And then Krishna rushes forward for Gopal and embraces him. And Krishna faints in ecstasy. And as he's lying on the ground, there are tears coming from his eyes that are muddying the soil. And Gopal is a little taken aback. But he comments in that context about how he was always trying to understand God, understand Krishna, understand his worshipable Lord, and develop his love for him. But he never thought about how much Krishna cared for him. And when he realized that actually Krishna cared for him as an individual, not in a general sense that, oh yeah, God is love, or God loves everybody, then he was smitten. But what's most amazing is, anytime I've read that section in an audience of devotees, I look up and I see devotees weeping. And it's not sentimentality, but it's a nerve that comes from the fact that there's not enough love in this world. And we're disappointed, and we all know there's cognitive dissonance because we know whatever we have is going to be gone anyway. And when we have a channel to Krishna and we feel that he cares for me individually, that's what spiritual life is. It's personal, it's heart to heart, It has nothing to do with the ritual per se. Everything has to do with our loving relationship with Krishna and everyone and everything in relationship with Him. So these meetings we have, they may be short, they may be infrequent, they're highly consequential, because the ultimate goal of life is to find that nerve and to fill that space. And when we have that, we have everything, and it doesn't matter what's going on in the material world after that, because that's the nature of the living being. We're only sustained by that unabated, ever-increasing love. And Guru Parampara creates a channel for that. It's an amazing context through which Krishna extends Himself in this world so that we can experience that. And as Prabhupada expressed to his disciples, he said, I see you as my spiritual masters. You're teaching me what love means. And you're also giving me an opportunity to serve my spiritual master, and you're helping me. And Prabhupada broke into tears when he uttered that phrase, and you're helping me. You could tell his voice broke. So it's mutual, and it's Krishna. It's not any one person, but if any of us decide to take up Krishna's offer to love Him completely, we won't be disappointed. And if we do that, then He gives us the ways and means to be connected to Him on many different amazing levels. So we'll never forget this meeting. And we've been thinking about coming here for a long time. And it almost feels dreamlike that we're here. What to speak of the prasadam has been dreamy. Panchakalpadabhishcha kripasindabhevacha patitanam bhavyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. I forgot to make a prayer. I'm sorry. I'll do it again. Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu, Shri Panchatattva, Shri Gaurnitai, Shri Kṛṣṇa Balaram, Shri Radhesham, Shri Radha Madan Mohan. If you so desire, please instill a sense of loving devotion in our hearts that we can offer to you in loving service. Thank you for considering our request. Om Tat Sat. Everyone agrees with this prayer in whole or in part, please say Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna! Vanchakalpadabhishcha kripasindabhevacha patitanam bhavnibhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnavini ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande. Jai! Jai!